The amazing secret you're going to learn will completely alter your life. Although it seems humorous, when used, you'll discover that it functions like magic. You'll begin to see things differently and develop a fresh perspective on life. You must watch this video through to the end in order to understand. Nothing that occurs to us is determined by good or bad, luck or misfortune, depending on what happens next. There is a tale about a boy in a tiny Chinese village who is sitting on the curb. A small horse born a week ago is unable to keep up with the cavalry as they pass. When the boy's owner notices him, he asks, "Do you want this little horse for yourself?" "Yes," the boy replies. He leads the small horse out into his backyard. When the boy's father arrives, the neighbor tells him, "Your son is lucky," after seeing. "Why?" the father queries. In response, the neighbor says, "Your son got a little horse while he was sitting on the curb. Time will tell if it's luck or misfortune," says the boy's father. As the boy and the small horse develop, they become inseparable. When the horse escapes one day, the boy experiences despair. The next-door neighbor remarks, "Your son is not lucky." "Time will tell if it's misfortune or luck," the father replies. The horse reappears with wild horses 6 months later. Says the neighbor, "How fortunate your son is," and the boy's father, "We'll see if it's luck or bad luck in due course." The horse jumps when the boy tries to ride, breaking his leg. The next-door neighbor remarks, "Your son is not lucky." "Time will tell if it's misfortune or luck," the father replies. The kingdom he resides in declares war on the kingdom next door. He is the only person his age who does not go to war because of a broken leg. The neighbor says, "Your son is very fortunate." The father ends by saying that time will tell if it was fortunate or bad luck. What appears to be bad luck can occasionally be good luck, and vice versa. The truth will come to light in due course. As a result, it's advantageous to keep an optimistic outlook and consider all relevant information without passing judgment. When you announce you've won $1 million while playing slots at a casino, someone will question if you've stopped, to which you respond in the negative. Actually, until you remove your chips off the table, you haven't won or lost. In our lives, we also put our cards on the table when we pass away, transcend, or relocate to another part of the cosmos. It's true that we only remove our cards from the table at that precise moment. No circumstance or occurrence has intrinsic meaning, notwithstanding what we have been told since we were young children. Nothing has an inherent positive or bad quality. We are the ones who give our experiences significance and labels based on our beliefs. Everything is neutral, and everything may alter if we think we can get insight from any circumstance. I'll give an example to help you understand. A while back, I went to a restaurant and ordered a dinner that wasn't to my liking, but instead of giving it a positive or negative label, I just expressed my gratitude for the chance to be there, and thought about how many people around the world would never get the chance to sit in that restaurant and make an order for dinner. This would have made my evening miserable years ago, since I would have associated it with something bad. I tell this story to several friends today, and they laugh at me. Have you ever experienced something and thought it was hilarious afterwards? We bring our minds from the unconscious to the conscious realm by altering our viewpoint on what is good or harmful. With this new perspective, everything that happens in our lives is seen as a gift from God, a grace. Let's set aside morality for the time being. Imagine yourself the creator of the entire universe, so magnificent that you permitted the creation of positive and negative, unity and separation, light and shadow. Everything makes sense when viewed from this angle as the creator. Something must exist in order for it to exist, and God never makes errors. It's similar to being in a movie where both the antagonist and the hero are involved in the same event. Both are required for the plot to proceed. Nothing can exist for the sake of eternity, and our opinion is irrelevant. This does not preclude us from having preferences. It's normal to feel better in some circumstances than others. But there's always a chance to pick up something new when something unpleasant does occur. If nothing else, you learn what you don't like and become wiser. Even after all of this, you can still think of more extreme scenarios that don't seem to help anyone. But if you're viewing this video, you probably already know that we are eternal souls before we are human. From the perspective of the spirit, this physical experience is comparable to a fleeting dream, experienced viscerally and strongly, just way our dreams are at night. When this existence ends, it's as though we awaken to our actual spiritual selves and discover that this was all a dream. As a result, a great number of souls decide to face extreme circumstances during their human lives for personal reasons, as well as to act as role models for others. illustrating through the experiences of others what they would prefer not to. In the same way that you have chosen to enter this physical existence, you will encounter themes, encounters, and obstacles that are special and enlightening for your soul. Although human existence might be difficult at times, every one of us is capable of finding the positive aspects of every event. Our most powerful ability is our ability to select how we interpret any circumstance, giving it significance. Everything vibrates and is made of energy. Remaining optimistic in the face of adversity is a conscious decision to resonate positively, and life responds to us in a way that is consistent with that vibration. You don't have to believe me when I say this. Take the test the next time something unforeseen occurs. Say to yourself, I choose to believe that this situation will bring benefits even though I don't see how it is serving me. Recognizing something from a neutral condition that you don't like is not the same as rejecting it by classifying it as negative. When you invalidate a situation, you give it power and draw more of that energy to yourself by concentrating your attention and emphasis on it. You're invalidating the universe and yourself when you dismiss a scenario because, in some way, you brought this circumstance into your life in order to gain knowledge. If you decide that something in your life is incorrect, you will inevitably encounter something incorrect in your life. Unless you alter your definition, you will keep drawing more of that experience into your life. Being where you need to be and experiencing what you must in order to acquire the knowledge you require is ideal. Recognize and accept your current situation as a step in the right direction. It is advantageous in and of itself to choose to maintain an optimistic outlook. Adopting a victim mentality and going into a downward spiral is an attitude that undermines your authority and doesn't help you get out of the predicament. When you're in a positive state, you can handle any obstacle and have clarity. What matters is what we do with the events that unfold. If you consider everything in your life to be a gift, you will be opening gifts for the rest of your days. I have a little tale to share before I wrap up this video. There was a renowned sage who lived in a little Greek village and was able to answer every question asked of him. A young man once quipped, "I think I know how to trick the sage," while chatting with a buddy. "When I have a bird in my hands, I will ask the sage if it is alive or dead. I'll open my hands and let the bird fly away if he says it's dead. I'll squeeze the bird and let it drop dead at his feet if he claims it's alive. He will always be mistaken in his response." The young man then went to the sage after obtaining a bird. "Sage, tell me, is this bird living or dead that I hold in my hands?" The wise man turned to face him and said, "You hold the key to the solution, my young friend." To those of you who have seen this far, let me add that I hope this film has helped you and many others by offering insight that will transform your reality. I'm not sure if everyone will use this information, but regardless of the result, I'd like to leave you with this. You have always had influence over your life.